This is the beginning of chapter B, and chapter B is going to deal with kinematics in one dimension, straight line motion. We're going to break this down as usual into a few sections. So this section, B1, is kinematics, speed, and units. And I'm going to have an alternate title, Units Tell You What to Do. So the idea of kinematics is that we describe motion without worrying about what causes the motion. That would be the study of dynamics, which we'll do later. For now, we're going to look at a description of motion. And here, for example, a simple one would be traveling at 5 meters per second for 2 seconds. And from this, the units tell you how to arrange things to figure out how much distance you would travel. So for example, 5 meters per second, if I cancel the seconds by multiplying like this, since I have seconds in the numerator and then seconds in the denominator, then I have meters that remain. I have 10 meters. So this is a result from units, and you may recognize the formula. If this is considered the distance here, and this is the time, and this is the speed, then speed times time is distance. I'll use V for speed, velocity, times time is the distance. I like to write the distance first and write the formula like this. So this formula doesn't need to be memorized because by common sense and the units, it suggests here that that's the relationship. Now, over the years, I've had students tell me that they learned in grade school that distance is rate times time. And yes, you could consider that rate. However, in college books and even high school books, I really haven't seen rate. Like, it'd be very rare to see rate or R, so we will use this distance as velocity times time. So for example, a variation of this, suppose that we had started with 2 seconds and we wanted to convert to the meters. We would then multiply by meters, 5 meters per second like this, and get the same result, because you can multiply in any order. And if you had, for example, the distance is 10 meters and the time is 2 seconds, and you wanted to know the speed is meters per second. When you have the per, you draw the line, see, like this. So 10 meters per 2 seconds, divide to get meters per second, and you would get 5 meters per second. So you see that the units really guide you, and that's a theme of kinematics, to start with this way of looking at it. So again, no formula. The units are telling us what to do. And you're less prone to error. I've seen students pull a formula out by memory, and then when they plug in numbers easily on a calculator, like punch them in wrong, because here when you're using the calculator, you're not putting in the units, but see, if you keep the units and watch them cancel, this can help you keep things straight. We're going to derive kinematic formulas using algebra and some geometry considerations as we proceed in this class.